There's power, there's power, there's wonder working power. There's power, there's power, there's wonder working power. There is power, 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 wonder working power in the blood of the Lamb. There is power, 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 wonder working power in the precious blood of the Lamb.
Would you do service for Jesus, your King?
There's power in the blood, power in the blood.
Would you live daily His praises to sing?
There's wonderful power in the blood. There is power, 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 wonder working power in the blood of the Lamb. There is power, 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 wonder working power in the precious blood of the Lamb. There's power, there's power, there's wonder working power. There's power, there's power, there's wonder working power. Would you do service for Jesus, your King? There's power in the blood, power in the blood. Would you live daily His praises to sing? There's wonderful power in the blood. There is power, 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 wonder working power in the blood of the Lamb. There is power, 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 wonder working power in the precious blood of the Lamb. In the precious blood of the Lamb.
This morning, we're learning about Jesus and his power over death. In the Bible, there's a story about three siblings, Lazarus, Mary, and Martha. One day, Lazarus got really sick and he died. And Mary and Martha thought that was the end of their story. But Jesus has the power over death. Let's see what happens.
Mary and Martha were worried, really worried. Their brother Lazarus was sick, and he wasn't just a cough a little, grumpy sick. He was so sick he might die. The two sisters knew who could help. "Let's send for our friend Jesus," they said. "Jesus can heal Lazarus." So they sent their fastest friend to run and tell Jesus about Lazarus. And they waited. But even though Jesus was their friend, and he was only a day's walk away, Jesus didn't come. Not the first day, or the next day, or even the day after that. Mary and Martha paced back and forth. They kept peeking out their window looking for Jesus. But at last, Lazarus died. His friends put his body in a tomb. Finally, Mary and Martha saw Jesus and his disciples walking down the road toward their house. Martha ran out of their house to talk with Jesus. She was crying. "I wish you would have come," she said. "If you had been here, Lazarus wouldn't have died." "Don't worry," Jesus said. "Your brother will rise again." Mary was crying, and Jesus was crying too. Jesus said, "Take me to where Lazarus is buried." Together, they walked to the tomb. Jesus told the crowd that followed them to roll aside the large stone that covered the tomb. Some of the people didn't want to do it. "That would be rude," they said. "And besides, he's been in there a long time." But at last, they did what Jesus asked them to do. Then Jesus shouted, "Lazarus, come out!" Everyone waited. Nobody dared breathe. And then Lazarus walked out of his tomb. He was alive again. Everyone jumped for joy. They were so happy. Lazarus was alive. Jesus did what nobody else can do. He raised Lazarus from the dead. Jesus has the power over death. His friends helped Lazarus out of the strips of cloth that were wrapped around him. And then, I'll bet they went back to Mary and Martha's house for the biggest party ever.
Were you surprised that it took Jesus so long to get to Lazarus? If he had gotten to him sooner, he would have healed him. Instead, Jesus waited for Lazarus to die so that he could show his power over everything, even death. For today's activity, we're going to share with our parents something that we might find challenging or something that we're having a hard time overcoming. And then tonight, spend some time to pray together, remembering that Jesus has the power over everything.